right, good evening. Welcome to KVrising, home of the Kellyville Ponies. We're here live in the Events Center here in Kellyville, where the Bristow Lady Pirates are going to take on the Colcord Lady Hornets. This is Game 7. Game 7. Usually in playoff matches, this would be the big game. Just another game in our schedule today. And we'll be right back here tomorrow. Game 7, Kellyville Tournament. Bristow Lady Pirates, Colcord Lady Hornets. Once again, I'm excited. Here in just a little bit, I'll be joined by Terry Wiggs once again. This game's big. Game is big. There's not many games that I'm looking forward to, but today's one of them. Been here since 8 o'clock this morning and going stronger as the day progresses, and we're going to get into it. We're about to do the national anthem, do Oklahoma, which Kellyville's tradition around here. We're going to do first the great state of Oklahoma. We're going to play the Oklahoma state song. Then we'll do the national anthem. And we'll get on to starting lineups. It's a beautiful day here at the Events Center. Once again, been here since 8 o'clock this morning. Had to take a couple breaks. Voice, your voice, you talk too much, your voice goes away there for a little bit, and so my voice was gone for a little bit, but we're back. We're back and stronger than ever, so like I said, here in just a little bit, we'll have Terry Wiggs joining us. He's going to do some play-by-play for us, and we may have some special guests throughout the broadcast. So, Bristow Lady Pirates, Colcord Lady Hornets. Hope you guys are just as excited as we are. About 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining before game time. Give you a quick recap. The 10 o'clock game this morning, Kellyville lost to Oklahoma. Then the winner of this game will play them. The winner of tomorrow, or the winner of that game tomorrow. Ripley and 8-Air played. 8-Air won against Ripley, and they play Bethel tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Ripley will play Vian tomorrow at 10 o'clock. For the boys, Oklahoma beat 8-Air at 11:30 this morning, and Colcord beat Vian at 5:30, just the last game you saw. Bethel and Ripley played, and Bethel beat Ripley. Here we go. All right, there was the starting lineups for both teams. Interesting fact about Bristow, they don't have a single senior on their team. Colcord has five. Tip-off goes to Colcord. That's number 3, Crittenton. Rebounded by number 15 for Bristow, Edmondson. Over to Alexander. Alexander now to Edmondson. To Yoakum. Back to Alexander. Alexander drives in. Her shot's good. First points of the game go to Bristow. That shot's just off the mark, rebounded by Alexander. She's driving down the floor. She goes. Ball is taken away by number 22, Hamilton. That's Alexander there. Edmondson there with the bucket. And with me here, I have Coach Kevin Nance. Coach, how you doing?
Great.
Good.
Great day.
Good. Sound very enthusiastic.
Yeah, we've had a good turnout today. Get this nightcap in, get the first day under our belt. We've had a good day. All the teams are really good, boys and girls in the tournament. So it's been an exciting day.
Yes, it has. So I didn't expect you to come up here this early, but I'm glad you did. So when doing the seeding of this tournament, we had Coach Fairchild up here, and he said it was one of the hardest seedings he's ever done.
Yeah, most of the teams in it from Class A to 4A, they've done a good job. I think maybe 5 or 6 of the girls' teams are ranked in the top 20 in their class, and I think 5 of the 8 boys' teams are ranked in their class. So it was kind of tough. It was kind of tough seeding it.
And so when y'all first announced it, it was kind of like, did you guys just have an immediate hop and like teams, hey, I want to come play in your facility?
We just kind of, when we put out the invitations on it, we called the people that we were trying to get people from different parts of the state, just so people are not playing each other all the time. And these were the 7 other teams besides us that really showed interest in wanting to come and be a part of this great tournament.
Awesome. So we were talking earlier about reactions to the event center. Have you seen any?
Yeah, everything.
Coaches or players or?
Everybody today has really complimented our facility and how well the first day's been run. Just from the locker room wise to a hospitality room, from Mr. Pierce putting that on for the coaches and administration. He's done a great job with that. And we've already had a couple schools already say that they're really interested in coming back next year. So
awesome.
It's great.
Awesome. That's great to hear. So if you guys don't know who Coach Kevin Nance is, he's the boys baseball coach. But also he goes by a new title this year of assistant athletic director. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this year I stepped in to help Coach Upshaw. He thinks he kind of wants to retire maybe at the end of the year. We'll see what it does when the time comes, but I've learned a lot this year, just learning the ropes of not only just game management, but everything behind the scenes, ordering stuff, and making sure the teams are well equipped with everything that they need going into their season and throughout their season. So it's been a good transition so far.
So still going along with the head baseball coach?
Yes, I still I'm doing head baseball. I'll be in the 20th year going into the springtime. So we'll be going out there. We've started practice. We start scrimmaging in mid-February. So we will be in there. I've got 10 guys in basketball right now, so I've got about 10 in off season. So it's good. I want them basketball guys to go as far as they possibly can, and then once they're finished, then we'll start up baseball season. Hopefully it warms up a little bit.
Well, speaking of basketball guys, you know, we were talking to Coach Fairchild earlier, and he mentioned Easton, and he mentioned how improved Easton has done.
He's put in a lot of work. He comes. I bring him every morning for 6 a.m. shooting, and he comes every morning, and I think he may have missed one in 2 years. So he's put in the work. He's done it. He's done a great job going into the season, and he just keep improving from there.
Well, Coach, I don't really have any more questions for you, but
hey, sounds
great. We're happy to have you up here, and
I'm glad to see you guys doing the tournament and stuff. And if there's anything that we can help you with going forward, just make sure that you let us know, and we'll do it to the best of our ability.
Well, awesome. We appreciate that.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you. Thank you.
I got it.
Good job.
Coach Kevin Nance there. Well, if you don't have any insight on Kellyville athletics, now you do just a little bit. That's one thing you get with KVrising. You get great insight with players, coaches. You know, we really work closely with the school, though we're not affiliated with them. We really do work closely with the school, and we really do appreciate this school and everything that it's done for us. But yeah, if you don't have any insight on Kellyville, now you do. Colcord, I know that you guys are kind of far away, but now you have a little bit more insight on this small town, and we love to give that to you guys, and just so you can just learn more, and you know, like Coach Fairchild said earlier, you know, you look at this event center and it doesn't do it justice on film. And so if you're watching from home, or even if you're watching from Bristow and you haven't got the chance to come out here, as much as I love you guys watching our broadcast, honestly, feel free to just come up here during a game. It's magical. It's a great experience. Can't believe it's been 4 years since we opened it. We opened the doors and it still looks brand spanking new. That's how efficient the Kellyville staff is, and truly appreciate them for all that they do. The janitorial staff, you know, they keep it clean. Coaches make sure it's clean. Facility's nice, clean always. And it's just, it makes it such a great atmosphere to play basketball in, and we've been so blessed as a community to witness not only what we're witnessing now, but what we've witnessed in the past 4 years. So big shout out to the administration, coaching staff, athletic directors. It's a big step up for Kellyville, and it's such an honor and a blessing to be a part of this community. Well, to get you back in the game here, Bristow is on top 8-0. 9-0, sorry. Bristow's on top 9-0. Now 9-2. Alexander, pass over to Morgan. Back to Alexander, gets it to Yoakum. Who then gets to Edmondson, back to Alexander. Back to Morgan. And Morgan shot 3 just off the mark, rebounded by Colcord. Number 12, Barbie. Pass over to 3, Crittenton. And once again, sorry if we're butchering names. You know, we truly apologize. We're all just still learning, and if you have the need to correct us, feel free. We don't criticize any judgment here. We always take criticism to the best of our capability. And so if we're butchering your daughter, granddaughter, son, grandson, cousin, you know, we're butchering their name, feel free, tell us how to pronounce it. We'll fix it. That foul's on 25, Allie Shelley. Alexander to the line, shooting 2. Well, it's been a great day so far here at the Event Center, and there's still more to come. It's only 7:07. We got an 8:30 game coming up here pretty soon. And that 8:30 game, it will be against Kellyville and Bristow. Kellyville boys and the Bristow boys. So Bristow, feel free to stick around and watch. Colcord, feel free to stick around and watch. I'm sure we'll have Kellyville fans starting to pack the house pretty soon and catch the second half of this game in time to watch their ponies, and more Bristow fans coming to watch their Pirates. So we're so blessed to have you guys on the air with us, watching throughout the day. This may be your second time viewing. This may be your fifth time viewing. You know, either way, we're so thankful for the commitment to watching our broadcast. And so that's the end of the first quarter. The score is 13-2. Bristow ahead of Colcord. I'm supposed to have Terry Wiggs coming back here pretty soon. Had a good interview with Coach Nance. If you missed it the last game, feel free to go back and watch. It was Coach Fairchild, the boys basketball coach for Kellyville. We had a great interview with him, and we're looking forward to so many interviews that we can have the next couple of days throughout game times. But yeah, feel free to watch us as the tournament progresses. If you can't make the drive down here, it's always good to catch the game on YouTube. And I know that from experience, because there's been some times where I was like, I just got to go. I can't go, so I just got to watch it on YouTube. And it's a blessing to have that. This was it started as a dream, and it's progressed so far. I'm so proud of where it's at right now, and I can't thank so many people enough for being along for the ride. As the second quarter gets underway here. Five-second call. It's number 3, Crittenden. Got a whistle. That foul's on 24, Ramsey Haggard. Lady Pirate ball now. Gets it into Roberts. Over to Morgan, over to Alexander. Edmondson over to Alexander now. Over to Roberts. Roberts heavily guarded. Very heavily guarded by Crittenden there. Very good defense. Ball forced out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Great defense there by Colcord. Hamilton bringing up the floor now, guarded by Alexander. Over to Crittenden. Drives inside. Shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by Colcord. It was rebounded by Hamilton. Yes, it was. She takes a floater. It's just off the mark. And that's Lady Pirate ball. Goes off the foot of Hankins.
Well, thanks for covering, Jacob. I appreciate it. Give me a chance to get something to eat here.
That is Edmondson. And she passes to Roberts, who gets it to Yoakum. Edmondson drives in. She's fouled by 10. That's Hankins. I'm trying to learn all their names by saying them as many times as I can.
Right.
That way I can just look at their jersey number. Okay, be like, that's who, you know.
Just as soon as you start to learn, they do substitutions.
They do a rotation. Yeah, they rotate them out. We had Coach Nance come up here. He came and did a little interview with us. So.
Oh, he's already come and gone.
Yeah,
okay.
He came up here pretty quick, and I never got the confirmation that he was coming up here. So.
Well, I hate that I missed that. I wanted to be a part of that, but I figured that he'd take his time coming up.
And Hankins goes out of bounds with the ball. Yeah, no, he came up here pretty quick, and I didn't expect it so soon. So I was still thinking of questions. By the time he got up here, I had maybe one thought up, so I had to just, scramble out of it and throw the Hail Mary. Yoakum drives in. Her shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by, here's where the name butchering failure comes in, and I apologize. Chunistedi.
Well, I know you're not asking me.
Number 4.
All you can do is hope and rely on your dad to call her name after she scores down there on the floor.
I want to say it's Chunistedi, but I don't want to be too sure. So if you were watching from Colcord and you have a pronunciation for that, feel free. Tell us. All ears.
I'm a professional name butcher, so you're asking the wrong guy. That's why I'm in amateur broadcasting, not ESPN. I would never make it. Oh, wow.
What a bank shot. Shooting study. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can work with that. That's shooting study. Got it.
I think she was even fouled on that shot, but wow, that's a nice underhand lay in.
Deflection from 17 or 15. I think it was 15. Edmondson. Ball goes out of bounds. Hornets ball. Alexander. Shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by Yoakum. Crittenden now putting the work on Alexander. Paris Kirby. Back over to Crittenden. Her shot's just off the mark. Rebounded. Well, almost rebounded. Now rebounded officially by Yoakum as she goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that was tough down there. They were fighting over the ball, and just as she got possession of it, her shoulder went over the line.
That was Hamilton for 3, I believe.
So Bristow with the, is that correct? I got it right. Bristow with the 7-point lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, came out with a hot start. I mean, coming out firing, and there's just a lot to handle for Colcord, and finally, they're starting to get the points on the board that they need. And, I think shots like that in the corner, I think that can be their strong suit if they keep it up.
So the final game is Kellyville, and does Kellyville play at 8:30?
8:30.
That was a nice block by 32. A bank.
Bank shot. Tune study there on the bank 3 shot.
So second 3 using the glass.
Yeah, the first one was up at the top of the key, and I feel like that's an even harder shot to hit than from the top of the key on the bank.
Absolutely. On the corner.
Tune study pass in, number 32, clap.
As a steal by number 3 there.
Edmondson there with the lay-in. Tune study playing hard defense on Yoakum there. Yoakum, one of Bristow's top scorers. Her first foul of the game. And Alexander.
Colcord's kind of closed this game, made it a little closer contest here. This rebound there by Bristow. He had one ref that he couldn't see it from where he was, and I don't know if the other one guessed or if he actually saw something. They were both. just where that play was. It was just kind of hard for either one of them to see. And that first one goes in. Two for two for number 15, Edmondson. A nice steal by Bristow there. Knocked out of bounds. By Morgan, I believe. Yes, Morgan knocked it out of bounds for Bristow. Almost caused another disruption there, and there's a nice block. Morgan comes up with it, and she's going to do the smart thing and toss it off the leg of one of the Lady Hornets. So Bristow ball. Lady Hornets pressing here, trying to cause a turnover. Bristow gets it in and see if they can get it up court, and they do. And an extra step there on the fake three by Morgan. So turnover for Bristow. Just under half a minute left here in the half. Colcord with the ball. It's down by 8, and there's going to be a foul there. There's a three on the outside. No good. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Colcord. So 3.4 seconds for them to try to get something in here right before half. Have to be pretty quick, and it backfires on them. Throw it loose.
Oh, she didn't release the ball in time. No good.
So you weren't able to get that lay in before the buzzer. So there you have it. 8-point ball game. Bristow 21, Colcord 13. So here we are at halftime. About a 10-minute break here. We'll be back in about 7 or 8.
right, we're back here for the second half of this game against the Bristow Lady Pirates and the Colcord Lady Hornets. Kind of out of breath because every halftime I always go down to the scorer's table and talk to everybody down there, and I always find myself running out of time, so I ended up running up here.
Time management, Jacob, time management.
I'm learning. Not very well, but I'm learning.
Hey, you have improved. I will give you that. A couple years ago, we wouldn't have audio for the first few seconds because I wouldn't know which button to push, and you weren't up here yet. We're back underway here. Bristow with the ball to start the third period. Oh, so shot goes to the corner, and unfortunately, Morgan tried to save it and threw it off one of her own players and went out of bounds. There's a nice steal. Edmondson. Kind of unintentional pass there. Colcord makes the best of it, puts it in for two. A little extra step there for Bristow into there in the paint. Turns the ball over on a walk. And underneath there for two. Hamilton puts it in.
6-point game now.
There's a nice pass. Right in the paint. That was Cheyenne who? Roebuck. Good defense there by Roebuck. The ball's knocked out by Colcord, so Bristow ball. Colcord pressing, light press, but nice rebound underneath. And that ball's knocked loose.
Oh, man.
She may have been injured on that play.
Yeah, it looked like she slid down on her knee there.
Her foot kind of, as she went to plant to make that shot, let the defender go by. Her shoe slid on the floor, and she went down kind of awkwardly down to a knee and still got the shot, but they called the walk prior to the shot. So
I'm really intrigued on what all goes into a walk, because that's one of the things I don't understand about basketball is, what all goes into a walk. If you skid at all, is it?
Well, Does
it depend on the referee?
I will admit, Jacob, I'm not a expert in basketball. But the confusing thing about walk to me is how they'll call something like that a walk. But yet when two players literally dive to the floor and roll around fighting over the ball, and one of them maybe gets possession and throws it out or whatever, or they get called timeout, that they don't, a lot of times there's not a walk called in that circumstance, and I've never really understood that. You know, the generic is you take more than 2 steps, you're dribbling the ball and between dribbles, but the sliding, or especially, you know, in boys games where it's kind of more aggressive and they dive to the floor and basically dive to the floor and don't have full possession of the ball, but kind of carry the ball as they're sliding across the floor. Yoakum there, shot falls short. Colcord picks it up and gets it across half court.
Okay. While holding the ball on the floor, attempting to roll over or stand up, except in the NBA, which we all know what a walk is defined as in the NBA. It's more vacation than it is a walk.
Yeah.
Falling to the floor while holding the ball, even if it was caught while airborne. So if they catch the ball in the air and they fall to the floor, it's defined as a walk. Makes more sense.
Miscommunication there on Colcord's part. That pass is thrown out of bounds. It's a 9-point ball game. This ball game's kind of roller coastered between a 2, 3, 4-point lead to expand out to 9 or 10 points, and kind of going back and forth. There's a nice block by Edmondson to disrupt that fast break there. Oh, they actually, I thought it was a block and out of bounds, but they called a foul. I didn't realize that. I cannot read the number 3. And Bristow there. Good series for Bristow.
Got her own rebound.
Yeah. Alexander, she had a couple shots on goal, and Bristow was able to keep the ball alive, keep it in their possession, and Alexander there with she was smart there to hands off there. She tried to get possession and lost the handle.
And I know for Barbie that didn't feel good. That definitely hurt. Skin is not supposed to make that noise.
Yeah. Roebuck called for the foul. She was fighting underneath for that rebound. So still a 9-point game here, 30-21. That ball's knocked loose there. That's a nice series by Edmondson. Knock it loose and recover and go down the court for a lay-in. .224 remaining in the third, 32-21. Rebound by Bristow. Yoakum for three. Off the mark. Shot deflected right to Morgan. And nice three by Edmondson. Nice pass underneath to Edmondson. I believe Yoakum was responsible for that pass. Edmondson just waiting under the basket. Three right at the top of the key. Your dad threw me off there with the name. It's Shelley for three for Colcord. I've been waiting for him to say the name, and I can just repeat it. I'm not sure how much our fans can hear. Robbie down there announcing on the floor, but so 26.5 seconds left here in the third period. Bristow 38, Colcord 24. Kind of a low-scoring game for as much as they've been going back and forth. I feel like a lot of shots on goal for this low score. Well, Bristow about to run out of time. Oh, wow. Right at the buzzer, nice floater by Alexander. So after three, Bristow 40, Colcord 24, as Bristow used the third quarter to extend their lead and maybe get a little more comfortable with this game going into the fourth.
I'm going to text my dad because I don't think it's right, but it says Bristow has no timeouts left.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you there. I'm not sure that's correct.
I don't think that they've used any, if I'm...
There we go. Well, in defense of our scorers table, they're working on hour 10 or 11. So
Well, yeah, I mean we've all been here for quite a bit, and so it's kind of all getting to us.
Yeah, they've had some breaks, but that's a long time to set it down there at that table and work that scoreboard and possession arrow and what have you. And all those tasks, you know, people see those and they just kind of like the camera. All those tasks seem so simple until you're the one doing it.
And having worked at that scorer's table, you know, it is a hassle. It is kind of a. Now I wasn't doing book or anything.
Oh my
I was
goodness!
doing the scoreboard, but it was still quite a chore.
Well, I have a ton of respect for the ladies that keep the book, because I've tried to keep book up here announcing, and man, it's sometimes I wonder, especially if you really keep book as it's supposed to be with all the statistics. I don't know how a person does it, because just especially in a boys game, it's fast paced, and the second you look down to write something down, you missed a shot attempt and 2 rebounds. So
yeah, especially the way these games have been going. They've been super fast paced, and
nice jumper there by Edmondson, I believe. As Bristow continues to maintain their lead, working into this fourth. And kind of a floater there by number 22, Hamilton. And that pass just too strong, goes straight out of bounds. Coming from Edmondson. So turnover for Bristow. That ball's deflected out of bounds by Yoakum. Pass a little too strong, goes right to Colcord. And they're going to get Morgan for that foul. And the rebound put back. Alexander all alone. Easy lay-in for her. And that's a nice jumper there. On the corner for Clapp. So 4:28 remaining in the game, 49-30. As Bristow has increased their lead just a little bit more. And Alexander's going to be fouled as she goes in on the attempted layup, so she'll go to the line shooting 2. And her first attempt is good. Second one's off the mark, almost gets her own rebound, putting pressure. We have a 20-point ball game. And Clapp loses the handle and it goes out of bounds off her own foot. So Bristow ball, here comes Bristow back. And Evanson drives down, shoots, gets her own rebound. Alexander, top of the key for 3, and it's good. Here comes Yoakum for Bristow. Evanson tips that ball, that pass out of bounds. 3:14 remaining, 53-30. Shot is short, but recovered, rebounded by 42. And she loses the handle, and here comes Edmondson down the other direction here. And too strong on her layup. And Clapp trying to drive the baseline, steps on the line, so turnover for Colcord. Nice move inside by Alexander, but she couldn't get it to go. Roebuck with the rebound, tries to get it back to Alexander, and she's fouled as she tries to go back up with it. And Alexander's first one is in, so 54-30. Here comes good rotation from both teams in the ball game with 2:06 left. Alexander to the outside. Kind of passed was bit too strong. Goes flying out of bounds there for Bristow. And a nice shot there. Man, that ball's stolen. I think number 20, Pindy. And she puts it up. It's in and out off the rim on the three-point attempt. Right at a minute here, folks. So Bristow's been able to maintain their lead that they built in the third to kind of coast through the fourth quarter here with no problems. Roberts there with the turnaround jumper, can't get it to go. Loose ball. And the foul's called as there was competition for that ball. Well, I thought it was just calling a jump, but nice shot.
Wow, ball rolled on the baseline.
Yeah. The foul called there is number 2 there, kind of Kent for Bristow. Kind of got up a little gingerly there. She's already wearing a brace on her leg. Probably a knee injury, but that's a nice move right there. And there you have it, folks. So Bristow with the win, 56-34. So up next, you got Kellyville and Bristow boys coming up next for your 8:30 scheduled game. So it's about 5 after. This game's scheduled for 8:30. We'll see if we do what I talked about earlier, was starting early, but I don't think we will. But it looks like we may have about 25 minutes. And here comes your Kellyville Ponies onto the court for their warm-up.
Put it at 18.
They put the clock at 18, so they may, in fact, start a few minutes early.
Tell you what, though.
We'll see.
I'm going to take a break.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes regardless, and we'll let you know if they extend it down. It's the game scheduled for 8:30, but it's looking like it's going to start about 8:25, maybe 6-7 minutes early. So make sure and tune in on time. Get ring back with us by about 20 after, 25 after,